everybody. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show. I hope all is well. This is Friday, March 6th, 2026. And first of all, I'm going to touch on a couple of things. This is going to be a short video because I got a couple of other things I need to do. It needs attention. Sorry, it's kind of rickety here. I don't know why. Anyway, of course, first of all, weather-wise, I was watching I don't know if any of you do, but watch Vince Watley storm chasing, and he's doing science and other projects. Well, on the circuit last night, I heard that there was a very dangerous tornado in Oklahoma. It caused some issues, and it just missed both the towns of Renfrew and Waukeeta. Hi, Dorothy. Nice seeing you. They dodged the bullet. But there was a lot of debris that hit along there. And unfortunately, 2 people were killed. From what I understand, it was a mother and daughter. So anyway, I just hope the tornado season's basically starting. Is what it's doing. Oh, what do you mean low? Too low FPS. Well, I can't do anything right now. I'm in the middle of my video. I don't know why that was doing that. Hold on a second. Let me do a little bit of disk cleanup. See if it'll help. Hold on a second. There, now it should work better. Okay, anyway, on to other news. Of course, this morning was just Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral. Many of you remember him. He was a front runner for the civil rights movement, and he shared the same dream as Martin Luther King of equality and freedom for all of us. Not just a select few, just all of us. And I remember the civil rights movement during the 60s. My mom tried shielding me all this was going on and what's going on in the world and everything. And I was like, it's really kind of dumb for you to do that because we're going to be talking about this in school. And I remember very plainly, Mom was somewhat prejudiced toward black. I don't think she's ever really dealt with any black people. I have, when I worked at Boeing. And I shocked her one day and I said, well, my new boss is black and I really like him and he stands up for everybody. There's no favoritism going on, and he treats everybody with respect, and he was very kind. And so Dad knew who he was because he's worked with him before. But just one of the examples that people lived in a sheltered life, enclosed sheltered life, they're shocked about all this. And I was shocked at first, but I wasn't after that. I was basically colorblind to everything. I said, we all bleed the same color, red, and so prejudice should be thrown out the door, okay? And yes, it's hard. It's hard for some people. Other people, it's easy because many of them grew up with this and had friends, had black friends and everything. I have black friends in high school. Um, so, you know, he did his job. He tried to promote, teach, educate people. Okay. I don't know why that keeps doing that. I really don't. Um, so condolences to the Jackson family. Uh, yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you lose a parent, you lose a grandfather, you lose a uncle, cousin, whatever, or whatever relation in the family, uh, to death. So it's hard. Now, in other news, yesterday, the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, was given the boot. Um, I think she really deserved it. I really do. I think Trump wanted more of a yes person, but I don't know what this senator is going to be like in this. I don't know if he's had any training or experience in Homeland Security and what it entails. Okay, I think she was one of those people that just refused to learn anything new, and she, like Trump, liked to know it all, and she's not. This guy still has to go through Senate confirmation, and I think it's going to be a tough uphill battle on this in the Senate. The Senate told him no on, for example, told Trump no on the voting Save the Vote Act, uh, because they saw for what it was. And many of you may not know what that means or what that is. The so-called Save the Vote Act um, had a provision in there that requires all women who are those that are married have to change their last names back to their what matches on their birth certificate. And it costs a lot of money, costs a lot of time to go to court, get your name legally changed back to your maiden name, and create a whole bunch of confusion. Because everything else on your documents is your married name, right? Well, Senate said no, and of course the bill um, died in the Senate. It was let go, which, of course, as always, Trump threw a temper tantrum about it. Well, that's just too bad, Trump, because you have to listen to people. You work for the people. And voting is for everybody, not the select few. You don't sit there and discriminate. And the other part of the bill also required people to have voter ID. Well, your ID is your driver's license. Um, I don't know what to think. Uh, so, which reminds me of something. Um, Other than that, I'm glad that Noam is gone. I really do. Now, if we get rid of Bondi, give her the boot, get her out of there, and get somebody that's professional in there that knows the law and knows what works and what doesn't work. Um, so, frankly, I think what Congress would just do is say, you know what? Impeach Trump, get rid of the whole administration, and start all over him. That we need to push. We really need to push that. More and more voices are raising to that. Sorry, I got itchy ears. Um, Need to raise for that. And fire the president more than anything. Fire him and the whole administration, and then start over. Uh, and I think the real puppet, I think Trump's puppet strings are being pulled by Stephen Miller. As I said on Wednesday, and I thought about this, I think Stephen Miller has a taste of power. Okay. Normally, deputy chief of staff don't push themselves in front of the limelight. They stay back in the background, do administrative stuff, do support stuff, and everything else. They don't push themselves out there. Miller is the one that's pushing himself out there. In other words, he's standing up, or he's not standing up, what's the term? He's trying to outshine his boss, who is the chief of staff, and Trump. He's trying to outshine them both. Well, I don't like Stephen Miller. You know, now that's another guy that needs to be fired. He needs to be given the boot. Okay. And the chief of staff right now, she needs to put her foot down on Trump and say, no, you can't do this. If you don't like the word no, that's tough. And if Trump says, well, I'll fire you, go ahead, but good luck on finding a new chief of staff, because people are not going to put up with a toddler, which Trump is. He's acting like a toddler. My computer's acting up for some reason. So anyway, again, this will be a very, very short video. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I will see, let me check my calendar. Hold on a minute. Let me call up my calendar. Okay, I'll see you at 1 o'clock. I was going to have a doctor's appointment, but I got a call from them and it was canceled. It's not going to be rescheduled. This Medicare thing is a mess. And so I need to go find another cardiologist. And I'm not happy about that. So this next week, I'll see you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So take care, stay safe, enjoy watching your favorite teams, especially in spring training in the baseball. My Mariners are not doing that good. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know on that. All you could do, Dorothy, is think like your cell phone. Just play with it. And if all push come to shove, look up, there is a help button on that. Look at settings, look for help and everything. Now is it the same thing as your old phone? Or is it a different one? They did do a lot of updates. Now this phone I'm going to have to replace sooner or later again. I got this in 2018 or 2020, somewhere in there. And I had to replace my other phone because it went out. I will. You too. And also there's tutorials on your new phone. Oh, different update. Okay. There are tutorials on YouTube for your phone, so check on that. Okay, I will see you guys later. Love to all. I will put this on my YouTube channel. And take care. Be sure to persist, insist, and push back. Uh, and just keep on protesting. Keep on doing activism. And support each other that way. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. See you next Monday.